Can you hear us? Because if this doesn't work, this is our last try for this time.
In this video, we're going
to... yeah.
Okay.
Oh, now it works. Now, because I said we were going to leave if it didn't work and this was the last time.
Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know what is going on with this. I don't know. Anywho.
It's working now, so they've done been psyched out like 3 times, so
yeah.
We'll see.
Can you hear us? Give us a thumbs up. All right. All right.
Who's in here?
I don't know till they say something.
There was 2 and now 1, so I don't. Is that how you tell that?
Yeah.
Okay. So. So what did?
There you go. Hey, Anna, we finally got it going.
I don't want to do lives anymore because this is the 2nd time in a row our mic has us, and it feels stressful. So
yeah,
I don't like it.
So that was an interesting time. I know they are very stressful.
Is there? Have you ever run into the problem with your mic not working when you go live? Because this is like our 2nd time in a row.
3rd, isn't it?
No, we've only done 2 live. Like
yeah.
You did a live by yourself and you didn't have that problem.
Yeah.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I shouldn't be in the lives. Maybe.
Maybe. But that was a good topic that you did, and about the keto on your previous live stream. We basically do plant-based Monday through Fridays, and
I don't like to be extreme
about
anything, because I think when you're like about something, I don't know.
She said, "Yes, Mike. Camera not reordering. If it can be screwed up, I can screw it up too."
Well, this is our 2nd actual live with this mic thing, so we need to figure out why that keeps happening.
Yeah, the next live we will be in Georgia.
Oh yeah, I'm coming to visit you.
Yeah, so you're coming to visit. Well, she's coming to visit. She's coming to visit Georgia.
And it's Georgia. It'll be our 8-year anniversary that weekend.
Yeah. Let's see. There we go. Gotta get our shirts in there. Yeah. Keto is basically about getting processed food and sugars out of your diet. Yeah, we don't
actually already do that with
we don't.
Those are the common evils in both of the things that you do and what we do.
Yeah. We don't do a lot of processed food besides the canned tomatoes, tomato sauce, diced tomatoes and stuff like that. I think really that's the only.
And the beans.
But I mean, with keto you can't do beans anyway.
Which is so weird to me.
Yeah.
It's a protein, so I don't know. Mm.
And how long y'all been doing keto? Like, what are some of the best? What are some of the meals that y'all normally do for it, like a keto? While in Georgia, get with. Yes, I've been trying to get with Big Bear. Hopefully, I
As
get
a
the
matter of fact, Big Bear had a comment on the last
tuna
live
head.
attempt we did.
Because I believe John is a few hours from me. I'm in my project's down in northeast Georgia, and I think he's a little bit further east. But I'm gonna try to get in contact with him. Hopefully this weekend, maybe go out. Not this weekend, but the coming up weekend.
Babe, are we using a mic before we go live, or straight through YouTube, or a program?
Straight through
Hey,
YouTube.
Celeste.
We're going straight through YouTube.
Is that the problem? Give us advice, because we're totally green about this live thing.
Yeah.
And the mic is been an issue the last 2 times.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get with the Botors because they're pretty good. What's called there? He's pretty good, tech savvy on the same camera that we have and
the
everything.
Botors are.
Thanks, Celeste. I'm glad you can hear us. You do the opposite of us with the meat, cheese. See, cheese was my biggest thing. Oh God, I love cheese, especially.
I don't love you on cheese.
Oh well, I love cheese. Nobody else likes to be around.
You know what? Us living apart, it's time for you to eat cheese.
Yeah, Drew, that's his name. I'm gonna get with Drew about that. With this, because he told me about this mic. Yeah, just cheese in general, especially sharp cheese. Oh, that I'd like
sharp cheddar.
Yeah, sharp
Parmesan.
cheddar. Parmesan for her.
Oh, that's my Parmesan's my thing.
Yeah.
So, and aside from Parmesan, what is mozzarella? I love mozzarella cheese.
Mozzarella, it's blah. I mean, I do like it.
I like it because of all the basil and stuff that I grow.
When we do the what's that thing called with the tomato, mozzarella and basil?
Oh, the salad?
Yeah, what's that salad called?
Of course you would ask me and I wouldn't remember right now. That's great.
Yeah. I can't think of it. But anyway, that's the only way I really like mozzarella. But that's not my go-to cheese. I think I like cottage cheese before I like mozzarella cheese. But sharp cheddar cheese is like my go-to one. So what else? I love cheese, but laying low for now. Too many recent I don't know about the recent recall. Good evening. Getting started on the homesteading. You'll think of it. I know, right? We'll think of like, oh, that's the salad that we were talking about, because it's a funny because
it really bothers me because it's my favorite salad.
It's like one of our go-to salads when we're like, let's hard to fix something and get to go.
It's always tomatoes, basil, mozzarella.
We'll check that out on the Facebook group.
Thanks, Minzy. He'll just accept and add me. Or
that's abuse.
You can just find me.
That's abuse.
Like I'm the spouse. You can just find me.
I'm gonna unfriend you.
You've already been unfriended.
Oh. What is that salad name?
It's really gonna bother you.
Yeah, I'm about to look it up right now. Mozzarella and tomato.
Where are you at getting started on homesteading? We've had some storms through our area recently. As a matter of fact, last weekend, he and I drove to Georgia, and I was in Georgia when some tornadoes hit here in Dallas. I did watch them from my ring video. Like I watched the sky and
Capri
stuff.
salad. That's the name of it.
Caprice, not Capri.
Caprice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was. What were you saying about the tornado?
Oh, I was just saying, getting started on the homestead has the internet back after it finally quit storming. So I was wondering where they were.
Oh, where are you?
Because we just had some storming here in the Dallas area.
Are you from the California area? Because I know they had some
there's storms going your way in Georgia from
Yeah.
Texas, and ours just passed. The sun is out today. We've actually been enjoying being out in the garden for like quite a few hours. I had to be like, hey, we're supposed to be doing live an hour.
Yeah, we're gonna get some new shirts made, probably possibly from Mrs. Nakid Gardner's one of her co-workers, and it's just gonna get us some self-advertising.
Is there somebody that you guys use? Like,
oh yeah, because y'all
hit us up.
Yeah, because
yeah.
you and Fairy Tale, y'all did those shirts, those are awesome shirts. Where do y'all get y'all shirt ideas from?
I mean, I have some shirt ideas, but
or shirts made from, I should say. Seven inches of rain in 24 hours.
What?
We're in Western Kentucky. Okay. How far is that from Lexington, Kentucky? I just flew in from Georgia last night, and boy, my arms are tight. Looking to buying your own setup to do them yourself eventually. That's cool. My sister was into doing shirt designs, and then I think that just kind of fell off. I had a friend of the family do these shirts for us, and we're trying to get her to do some more shirts, but she hasn't returned any of my phone calls or messages about it. Okay, 3 hours west of Lexington. Okay. But we want to get some shirts because I actually finally got recognized when I was in Georgia on one of my site visits, and it was.
He's famous.
I'm famous, y'all.
Literally, he messaged me at work. I'm famous. I was like,
yeah. So I was wearing my green, can never have too many plants on. And I was at the hotel that morning. I was getting some breakfast, and one of the guys, he was I didn't know he was a how do you say it, horticulture, some plant guru, whatever like that. They were there for a convention, and he loved my shirt, and so he asked me, about my shirt and my horticulturist or whatever it's called, and I was like, no, I just have a YouTube channel.
Babe.
Horticulture. Okay. I already told y'all before. I if it's more than 2 syllables, I suck at it. So anyway, so I was like, no.
There's a lot of loaded jokes there.
Anyway, and so I told him no. I do a YouTube channel, and I guess his wife or female friend that was with him was like, "What's the name of your channel?" I was like, "It's called The Nakid Garden." She's like, "Oh, I've seen some of your channel. I've seen some of your videos."
She said you look familiar.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, thank you," and stuff like that. And so it was nice to be kind of recognized and everything of that nature. So we want to get some shirts done so that we're basically have our name. We're actually we've been getting hit up a lot lately.
Yeah.
About doing some review of some of their products, and I was letting them know ahead of time, like we already looked at some, and I'm like, I don't mind you sending this product, but if you're prepared for me to give my honest opinion about it, because there's never one product that's like absolutely good ravens. I'm gonna look, it's gonna be something bad. I'm gonna say something about it. I try not to, but I like to give my honest opinion.
We like to be honest and transparent in our reviews.
The only thing I can say I've done a review on that has gave me 5-star ratings with the Bootstrap Farmer equipment and stuff.
They don't have competition on their products.
Yeah, I mean, they're the only thing I would say I've always said about them is it's kind of pricey, but you get what you pay for. I mean, and the thing about them was customer service is outstanding.
What I want to know though, because we're on this topic and it wasn't even like on our list of anything to talk about. What I want to know from you guys are like, do you get hit up from people? Like, is that like a normal thing? I want to know because we're all of a sudden getting hit up to do like reviews on certain like grow lights and shoes.
Oh yeah, like grow lights. I was like,
and we're like, you know, what do you want? Like, so I want to hear any feedback you guys have in your experience of getting hit up to do stuff because I'm not a trusting person.
Oh no, another dad joke. What was a dad joke?
A dead joke.
Oh.
It was like,
oh.
That was a dumb joke. He said dead, dumb.
Anyway, yeah, so I flew in last night.
Oh, Mincy gets emails all the time.
Yeah. Have you accepted any? Have you responded back? Yeah. Now the only thing was we got hit with wearing trying this some shoes, and I've been looking for some gardener shoes. Mrs. Nakid Gardener has a buttload of gardener shoes. And
he has a hard time because this is my thing with him. He has to have a pair by the door. Don't walk through my house.
Yeah, because you know, if y'all seen our videos, she doesn't like me tracking mud through the house. So
we have wood floors all the way through our house. So, so that shoe one I'm kind of interested in, but I want to benefit from too. So if he's gonna do a review of something like that, I want something built in the front of the house. Yeah,
it's a few China stuff. That there was one recently about the lights. Those were from China. That was the only one that
they were gonna try to have us pay.
Not the lights. This other product, and I was like,
no.
I always let them know jump. If I got to pay for anything, you want me to try some of your products?
Oh, good.
I recently spoke to my first one this week because they spoke correct English, and it wasn't.
Yeah. So, like, we are interested in any mentoring on that topic because we're like, you know, who are these people? Is that even, you know, like even worth our time? Like, if any of you guys have experience with people hitting you up to try to promote their products, you know, that also, it's a mutual, I'm only interested in mutually authentic, beneficial stuff. And like, so far, you know, for us, Bootstrap Farmer has been it's been legit.
Yeah. And, but it is what it is, and we're going from there. But so far, this past week has been our first week apart with me with this new job. And Miss Nakid Gardener has been doing outstanding on the garden.
I've only been back 4 days. Every day was dark.
Yeah.
And we've had rain.
His Marco Polo, and he will save you lots of issues. Okay. By chance, do you have his Facebook, or just send me a message on Facebook with his
DM.
Yeah. Or through Instagram, whatever like that. I don't think he's on. Is he on Instagram? I think he is on Instagram. Let me know if I think John is on Instagram. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna try to get with John this coming up Saturday.
You forgot.
Oh, Jason. I don't know why I was saying John. Who's John?
Well, I was just gonna tell you, you haven't called
Hank. I need to call Hank too. Yeah.
It's been a crazy.
Last
2 weeks have been crazy.
Yeah, this week I haven't really had I've been real busy. I haven't really been on YouTube.
We were supposed to post a video like last Tuesday.
And yesterday.
And yesterday didn't happen.
Yeah, I got my apartment. They didn't have my internet set up till Wednesday, and I was working late. And then by the time Friday came, it's time for me to, like, that Thursday, I was just more or less packing and getting ready. So
yeah.
Hopefully this coming up week will be a lot better. We got already 2 videos. I just got to finish editing, and those will be posted up next week. And then I'm going to be posting a lot of videos of apartment container garden, I guess you can say, for anyone that doesn't have a backyard or an area to garden at. They can, it's going to be more container gardening till this project's over with, along with some cooking ones, some vegan, vegetarian, plant-based meals to do from.
Which has, been an original topic of interest for us. Even with our kids, the 2 oldest have, and now our 3rd one, they all have their own places, and we want to show them, even with their small spaces, like what you can grow, like the little products that you can grow at home. It's so expensive to just buy these things and have them, making meals, and that's always been part of our interest with the channel, is just, basic things like basil and herbs and stuff like that, how easy it is.
Simple recipes to do and everything, because after my mom passed 3 years ago, even though she wasn't a good cook, she did have some simple recipes that I wish I would have asked her about. But thankfully for this 3x5 information that we hold in our hands, and we have the gracefulness of the internet, it's easy just to go to YouTube and punch it in, and you can get all of your answers from the YouTube University. So just got my greenhouse planted. Where happened? You messed up your message.
What happened? Oh.
If I get hit up on.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna hopefully I get done with this project here within about 4 to 6 months, where we can set up our greenhouse, so that way we can kind of get a jump on the spring season and everything. We just did another succession planting of some cilantro, some dill, some flowers, some fall flowers. So
and for this season, like we're really hoping to do more herbs. I literally, the dill, because I just made some salmon. I know. Anyway, he didn't eat any of it. But I just made some salmon, and I was using the dill seasoning that I got from our last harvest. I'm like, now I really know how much dill I use in a year. And we're coming up on the season where it's not to where I can harvest very much right now, but it's starting to be nice where I'm already like, oh, I know what I'm going to be doing with this. And I'm going to be, I know how much I need, and now I know how much we need to put together for some of the pickling that we want to do. And then even, like for family gifts and stuff. And that's really some of the motivation I have with my gardening now is, just like making sauces and making things that are things that we can like give as gifts that are just more intimate from us to our peoples.
Yeah. So
all the time.
All the girl.
All the time.
I'm the worst at misspelling words. let it keep on going, getting started on homestead. She gets on me a lot. This grammar Nazi over here. You like, you missed that word. I'm like, oh well.
I've become a lot more forgiving about it. You know, it's easy to make.
I'm more forgiving because I understand how it is.
Well, because you do it all the time.
Because I be always fresh and I got fat fingers, so it's just like, so.
I know, but proofreading is like worth so much for him, not you. Because it's a lot. It's like. Oh.
I have no shame about it. Oh well. Give me some numbers and some other stuff, I'll be on it. Anything with grammar or history, I'm like, wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, no, he's really good with math and stuff like that.
Howdy, Mike Van Duzy. Where are you from? Or I guess what growing zone that you're from? Miss Christy Love, welcome. But like I was saying, Miss Nakid Gardner, she's been doing very well. She had to put up with some pests that we just recently had. If y'all follow us on Instagram, y'all seen that we've been trying to deal with this.
It's been the war on mice.
Yeah.
They have eaten so many of our new starts, so many of our our brassicas, are like just straight up ate our brassicas.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, oh, let's be friendly. Now I'm like, kill them MFers.
And so they just killed about at least $100 worth of
Mike does hydroponics, which is something we actually did last year.
This time last year, we started the cracky system.
And the broccoli.
We did the broccoli, a lot of lettuce. And the Napa cabbage, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it like survived in our garage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. You was already getting cabbage worms?
Already.
Oh wow. We haven't had any. We tried to stay on the schedule. I'm not sure. Here, well, we're getting away from the brassicas because the rodent issues, but normally we will.
But I have a game, like we're already talking about our game plan for next season.
Yeah, because
I'm not messing around with
these field mice that already tore up our broccoli, our cabbages, our kale, our cauliflower. I mean, it just ate them to the stem, basically. So
the cabbage worms were tearing up your collards and your broccoli.
Well, I wish I would have had cabbage worms.
I wish ours even got to the point where someone could eat it.
Yeah.
It's like we had little babies.
Yeah, they looking like this.
And it not
they look like a stick. Like, I'm like,
I'm like, I hope like something can grow off of that stem.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave it in there. If not, I don't know what's going to happen. We just did another succession planting, some flowers and some other stuff.
Something new that I was inspired by, and I ordered some seeds, and I really hope takes off.
Yeah, we starting some curry. We're going to try to grow some curry.
I really am interested in curry leaves. I have a real palate for exotic flavors. Which explains my thing with the pesto, because it is a strong, flavor. Some people don't like that. Just like with cilantro, somebody said it tastes like soap to them. But like I love like strong flavors. So.
Yeah. And we're doing a lot. Fennel. Mm-hmm. What else are we doing? Some your red mustard giant.
I love red mustard giant.
Or giant red mustard, whatever the title of it is.
It has like this wasabi flavor to it.
Very
another
peppery.
Exotic, peppery.
Yes.
I love it.
If you see Mike, if you've seen any of our other videos I've talked about, especially on Twitter and Instagram, I talk about me always propagating Mrs. Nakid Gardner. Her basil, I even extended out her herb garden to grow more basil and stuff like that. So next year we're going to let the rest, whatever it's out in the front yard, grow to seed from our hexagon video.
And
So
like seasons like that, like basil, cilantro. I mean, they are such a great base of flavor in sauces.
yeah, and
That's my thing.
we've actually talked to a lady from the church that owns her own little teacup shop where we're gonna
The tea spot.
the
in
tea
Rockwell.
spot in
She
Rockwell.
owns it. She would like some of our herbs.
Yeah,
She keeps
so we're
asking
gonna
us, and we're like,
we're gonna be growing some cilantro, some baby carrots for her, just to kind of see how she can incorporate with that with her menu things. And if it goes well, and we get our property that we've been thinking about getting, then we're gonna probably start doing a little bit of marketing to at least start with one restaurant just to see how sustainable and how easy that is, and then possibly by the following year after that, go to maybe 3 restaurants and kind of do a little bit like Mr. Stone does up there in Canada, do some market gardening and everything. Mr. Garden wants to do sell some starts at the farmers market here in Dallas.
because like the only thing, there's like basic stuff they sell at the places that we go.
Yeah,
and we're
very
really
basic.
very basic. And I feel like we've been really successful with our starts before the mice this year, but we've been successful with our starts, and a lot of them are exotic starts that do really well in this growing zone. So I just feel like it would be fun just to try that, but I just like the environment down at the Dallas Farmers Market anyway. And we have our deep Ellum garden bed. We have a lot of garlic growing. Like we dedicated our bed to garlic and onions. And then when the season comes, we're going to put some of our ginger and turmeric, which we were thinking this would be the weekend that we would harvest our ginger and our turmeric, but it just still is just too, the leaves are still so green. Some of them are starting to dry, so we're going to wait until they're way more dry looking.
Yeah. If it wouldn't have rained yesterday heavily, I think we got about an inch and a half of rain yesterday, and the soil's very moist. So we want to make sure that the soil is dried out before we harvest. And so next month, hopefully we can start harvesting some. We already harvest some before I left and let that dry out and cured. And we put that in with some peat moss. Or was that, no, that was the tulips and the zinnias we did. But we just put some of the turmeric and ginger in a brown paper bag in a cool, damp place. And we'll possibly...
Where is that bag?
Right, you just put it right there.
Oh, okay.
And we're just going to be saving that for either next year or the time frame comes from there.
Yeah, this was, we pulled some out early, and this is some of the ginger. Like this was just one piece. We've let it dry.
Yeah, it's still got to get hard enough. How you can see, it's still got this young portion on there. It isn't.
This is the turmeric.
That's the turmeric.
Yeah.
And we might be able to plant that next year again.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But I'm really
thanks, Anna.
Interested in that. Ginger for me, another strong flavor. If you take ginger and you just put it in your freezer, you can in a like a freezer Ziploc bag, and bring it out, and you can just like grate it over a salad. Like it leaves such a nice flavor.
Yeah, and just for like one bulb of ginger like that, we leave in the freezer, and only reason why we leave it in the freezer because it's easier to grate that way, and it keeps it from going bad as fast. If you use a lot of ginger, what you can do is just wrap it up in paper towel and wrap it up in plastic, and you can store it in the refrigerator, and that should be able to last up to 2 weeks. But unlike our way method is a lot better, because anytime we do some Asian dishes or do a coleslaw or any type of dish that we sometimes incorporate with, we just add it in there. Like even our fire cider, that was perfect
Yeah.
for the fire cider that we just created, and it's been 2 weeks now.
Yeah, we got one more week before we need
Two
to
more,
strain
two
it.
more, 2 more weeks.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's 3 to 4 weeks. But that is that on that. So listen, Nakid Garden been doing very well. I'm proud of her. Very.
Well, it's really been kind of taking care of itself.
Yeah.
But I'll take credit.
The peppers and the arugula have been booming since we've been getting a nice mid-70s weather around here.
I think last time on our last feed, I was complaining about the habanero being so moody. It's like a moody teenager and the heat, and all of a sudden it's like it's awake and it's starting to look like it's going to do something in the temps we've been having.
For the fire cider recipes, we followed Homestead and Chill's recipe where we did Deanna Cat from Homestead and Chill.
She has a great Pinterest. Yeah. Like if you go through Pinterest.
Mm-hmm. But it was ginger, about a half tablespoon of grated ginger, half tablespoon of turmeric, a whole onion, some apple cider vinegar, and orange slices or lemon slice, or grapefruit, some type of citrus slice from there. Horseradish, half tablespoon. That was a unique thing that made me want to grow some. So we might be trying to grow that. Flavor. Yeah. Another strong, flavorful base flavor. And then some, I want to say paprika and some pepper flakes, and you just let that brine for about 3 to 4 weeks, and then you strain it out into a jar, and then you add honey to your tasting. Since you're doing the keto, you might have to do either. With doing keto, can you do guava or what's the alternative? Since you can't, I think y'all are limited on sugars. What could you use, or you don't have to use?
Yeah, I mean it's just a shot.
Like, yeah, and you just after 3 to 4 weeks, you just take a tablespoon a day, and it posts the turmeric and the ginger supposed to fight inflammatory and nausea or anything of that nature.
Currently, I actually purchased turmeric, like 1,500 in these little capsules. It's a great anti-inflammatory. So I'd like to figure out how to utilize the turmeric to benefit me and replace what I pay for in vitamins. If any of you have, like I saw starting on Homestead, ask about or about make a comment about drying or hydrating some of the ginger. Like, do you mean dehydrating? I'm a little like I want to know if there's any successful method that you guys use for ginger or turmeric, and how, just for a health standpoint and a vitamin kind of way, to preserve it.
Yeah. Because I know that you can do the dehydrated ginger. Yeah, dehydrated ginger candy or crystallized dehydrated ginger candy or something like that. But if you could do it without any sweetener, that's good. And it basically helps to fight off cold, and it's a good good stuff for your body, and organic and no chemicals into your body to fight the cold during this type of season and everything. But cool. I don't know what sucrine or pure monk fruit is.
dehydrating, when you're dehydrating, it because I know like with some herbs like leaves and stuff like that, I've seen some stuff about it taking out some of the nutrients. When you dehydrate ginger, I don't know. I mean, it's probably a very concentrated nutrient, and then when you dehydrate it, you still have nutrients in there. Um, I'm interested in knowing, like, does it affect the nutritional quality of it when it's dehydrated? Is there a different method of dehydrating it that doesn't? I'm curious about that. Yeah, Mimsy, me too.
Always one because
I use this Thrive oil, like I swear by it during especially this time of year. I'm always putting it on. I'm smelling it. It has like all these clove scents because ever since I was introduced to it, the last time I was sick, 3 years ago during the winter, I haven't gotten sick. Thrive oil is I'm on that. Hey, Stephanie. Thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon. Yeah, I was kind of upset. We were going to post a video of our laundry. We made some laundry soap.
Yeah.
And when I was transferring the video to the laptop, I couldn't transfer because my phone had too much data on there. And so I had to get rid of some. I tried to get rid of some other stuff, but I guess I hit my video stuff, so it wiped it all out. Yeah, we just recently started to get into these. Well, me for the essential oils. You use
your coworker like sent you home with some of the
and you used it,
and it was that was my introduction. His coworker sent him home with some because we were both sick. He was sick. He came home with it. We were both sick, and like
I just had a sinus issue.
This was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And like I smelled it and I was like, so Thrive is my go-to.
Yeah, Thieves. That was another one of it.
Yeah, Thieves that's what they call it, but Thrive is what it is.
Oh, I don't know.
If you ever other oils, it's usually marketed under the name Thrive or Thrive is what I want to say. But it's really great.
Yeah, but we're possibly a big thing's going to be happening for us next year. We are actually going to start marketing our channel a lot more, throwing out more products and everything, but we're going to slowly kind of ease that into it. We're going to tell y'all a little bit more about that as the years come through. We're just got to make sure all our legal requirements are okay and stuff. And just kind of do it as a hobby and just to kind of see where that goes and everything.
I prefer, like, for us, because a lot of the things we do is out of genuine interest for our benefit, and then we're like, holidays, like gifts for people we care about from stuff that we're growing, and so we'll just kind of see.
Yeah, because we started this as a hobby, still is a hobby.
It's always going to be a hobby, and as soon as it feels forced or contrived, I'm not interested.
And so, but we just wanted to. Everybody's always asking us to do things, and first we're very hesitant about it, but then after like the third and fourth and fifth person, kind of, then we're like, maybe we should. Like, for one, people are always saying,
and these are people in industry, like at least one person in industry that is telling us.
Yeah. And then like one person asked us to do asked me to do a workshop. I'm like, I'm still kind of new. I'm like a novice gardener. I'm not like a professional gardener. I've never been through any gardening master class and stuff. I just learned all of my stuff through YouTube University. So, but something I might consider doing next year or the year after, later down the road. Who knows? But
the journey is fun.
Yeah, the journey is fun. But a lot of my friends and family members are always asking us, "Hey, we got this backyard. Can you do a garden for us? How much would you charge?" I'm like, I don't do that stuff. But then after the fourth or fifth person, they're like, can you build me a garden that's simple and easy to grow crops in and stuff like that?
And I feel like he's always wanting to build stuff, like we love like going and doing a starter garden for somebody, like their starter herb garden or their, like, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. So I've after the last person actually messaged me about it on Facebook, I was like, if you really want me to do it, it's going to cost this much, and you get a raised bed, you get your dirt, and you get me starting some starts for you and everything.
And then you got to take care of it.
You got to take care of it after that. And so maybe it could be like another plan I could put on there, maintenance plan or something.
But it's actually something you enjoy doing. So
I am a master gardener by title, but just a title is yes, it is, and that's why we like the thing I like about gardening is the science behind it and everything. So we're always experimenting with different things. Next year, I think we're going to do it a lot simpler. I think we'll probably grow flowers in the beds and just peppers in the container pots, and then we'll keep our tomato alley.
I definitely learned this last season that I like to have certain things in containers.
Yeah, I think we'll also do okra in containers and everything. The tower bed has been thriving. I've been slowly adding more used coffee grounds to bring down the acidic level in each of the beds, since we realized that when we tested out our soil, that the best pH for what we're growing is around, I want to say, a 5.0 to a 6.0 area. And so we're trying to get that down. We're going to test it out again come springtime. Oh, I want to come to that Stivers thing next weekend so bad.
We're really hoping that after this whole him living in Georgia and us living apart right now situation for the next 4 to 6 months afterwards, we're hoping things settle down a little bit, that we're at a place where we know what to do, with what we have right now, that we can also have time to go to some of these HOA. There's like these things that we want to do. So that's actually on the horizon goals.
Yeah, and I think after seeing Jess and Mike, Jess from Roots and Refuge and Mike from Fit Farmer, when they went out to the heirloom harvesting out in Cali, definitely would like to go out there.
Oh, that's a dream trip for me. And I used to live just south of San Francisco, and I wish that I knew that was a thing and that this was a thing for me at that time. But now I know, and now that I know that it's there, I want to go so bad.
Yeah, so we're gonna, hopefully after this project, we can travel a lot more and everything.
We're empty nesters. We don't have little kids to be an excuse.
Yep.
Be jealous.
If you can fly over to the side, I know, right? Because this coming up weekend, isn't it? And
that dead joke of yours.
It's not dead. It's funny. It never gets old.
It's a dumb joke.
It never get old.
Anyway.
Lavender is awesome for all kinds of things. I just love our lavender.
Okay, so that's one plant that we have not successfully grown, but as far as an oil scent, it is something that's very relaxing for me.
Yeah, I don't know what it was this year with lavender, but I know the first
I
time that
got some
spider mites,
successful.
well, the spider mites took hit it real bad, and we found out from I think it was Garden Realtor. She was going to a master class, gardening master class, and she snuck in a video about how marigolds, unless you have heirloom marigolds, they bring on spider mice and different types of bugs. And we had some marigolds planted on the outskirts of our beds, and right where we planted marigolds, that's where all the spider mites basically attacked and stuff. And
So is that what are we gonna do with those marigolds now?
just put them in containers and put them either out in the front
So
yard.
they attract the mites because those mites were like vicious.
Yeah,
but I did stand to harvest a good amount of lavender that I had naturally dried, and I have it, and I put it into some of the natural teas that I've made. So
yeah. So I mean, it was very. I mean, it almost killed my elephant ear plants because it just almost consumed that. So
what was it? Natural pesticide wise that you used?
funny, I use peppermint and neem oil and a surfactant, just using a clear liquid soap, and that acts as a surfactant to help coat the leaves, so that way it stays on a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
So peppermint is a good um, deterrent for spiders, supposedly.
It worked for us because it did clear up.
But my chicken got into the bed some way and destroyed them. How many chickens do you have getting started?
Thanks, Mimsy.
Thanks, Anna.
Appreciate you. What other oils?
Essential oils.
Yeah, because I'm with you on that Thrive and the lavender.
We're going to be heading down to Colleen. I'm going to try. I forgot. What time is Big Bear's live feed? Let me go check. You might have to. You might have to put
Why
that
don't you
up.
do that on your phone? Check on your phone.
What? 7 p.m. Central Time. Okay. We might be hitting Waco at that time frame.
But I can probably have them up on my phone and listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably more interesting than.
Yeah, I heard peppermint is a good way to get rid of headaches. And also I heard lavender was too, supposed to be like a calming scent or something like that. Do you get headaches often, Stephanie?
I think at this point we all know somebody that does the Young Living oil thing. Is that your preference, Stephanie? Oh, she has 23 chickens.
You about to have 22 when I come to Kentucky.
So silly.
Do you have like a different variety of chickens, or are they just all one chickens? Do you no headaches often at all since I found out what the problem was. Okay.
Cool. Good.
That's good. getting started, are you using the chickens for meat, the eggs for to help get your ground prepared? I thought it was.
I'm curious if chickens is your only animal that you have.
Why is I don't have Big Bear on my? I thought we subscribed to Big Bear.
We did.
I hate YouTube. I dislike YouTube, I should say.
We don't want to say that on live.
I know.
Uh-huh.
We'll treat you so many different.
But
You were a subscriber.
yeah. But
why is it having you resubscribe?
It's been doing, and that's why.
Hey, have any of you had this issue? Check who people you really are a fan of, because this is like the second or the third person that like I know we were subscribed to, and all of a sudden it's like suggesting we subscribe, and we're like, we were subscribed, so what happened?
And there's another one that I can't find anymore. I gotta they're from Texas. I never heard of Eden Gardens brand. Where are those online only, or can you get those at the big box stores? Heberton, Georgia. Okay. Matter of fact, I think because it was just showing that we had them subscribed to last live feed.
Yeah.
Because I was talking about visiting them.
Mm-hmm. I know.
That's weird.
Well, if any of you have experienced, or maybe you're checking that right now, the big people that you're subscribed to, like we've had an experience where like all of a sudden we're not subscribed. We don't know why.
Bueller? Ferris Bueller?
That's fine. We're like within 2 minute wrap up.
Oh.
So we gotta drive to Colleen.
Eggs and to prepare my ground for fur. Yeah, okay.
Do you have other animals?
Yeah, do you have other animals that you raise?
And what size is your property? I'm really curious about that, because that's one of our, within the next few year plan is property purchase, and like what is comfortably doable. We both work. We're really curious about other people's setups and sizes and what's manageable. I'd like to have enough property to have some bees. I'd like to have, make some honey. I want some chickens. He wants some curried goats, so some goats. Help with cutting grass. But I've heard from several people that, if you have goats, your neighbor has goats.
Why is that?
Well, they're like master escape artists is what I've heard. So you have to really have really great fencing to keep a goat in. I think you also said you wanted to have a catfish pond.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw a really interesting video on, like how this water hole with catfish, people threw like some Mentos into it and some toothpaste. And all of a sudden, I guess it made the catfish like have to escape out of the hole. It was, I don't know. Anyway.
Not everything you watch and view on
like,
YouTube is true. Some of the things.
I was watching it happen, so I was like,
and some of the things that.
What's the science on that?
I don't know. that's why I was like, huh? Because they're
It must
catfish
have been
are
robbing
bottom.
their oxygen, or their.
Well, catfish are mostly bottom feeders. So I'm like, how does that? They just eat junk and trash off the bottom of the pond, lake, wherever body water that they're habitating in. And so I'm like, how is this working? So, too bad we don't have a catfish farm to try this out.
Yeah.
So,
But it's on the want list for the property we search for.
Okay. So if y'all don't have any other questions for us, our next live will be the last Saturday of next month, and we will be in Georgia. Maybe we can even do a live when you come down to, if I can go to Jason at Big Bear Farm or something. We'll see. That's up in the works. We're just going to be.
And I hope the mic works. Like, this is our second live in a row, the second month in a row of mic issues.
Yeah.
And
I'll fix that because I'm gonna do a real test.
We test runs.
Yeah.
Before our live feed, and it was working until we went live.
And then it just
really put me off.
Yeah. So and I guess we'll go from there. We'll be in Georgia, and I'm looking for some people that's out in Georgia and some nurseries I could visit and do some live or some tours with and everything. We also are since I'm going to be away from our garden, we're probably going to be doing a little bit more cooking videos and how-to videos. I'm going to do my how to build this from scratch along with
the hydroponics
with this lighting. This lighting we got from Walmart for like $20-$30. You can get these PVC right there from any big box stores, and they'll I think it's like $5 or so. And I'll show you how to set up that system there. So that way, if you don't have a backyard and you have an apartment, how easy it is to set up a small little grow station by using PVC and a grow light and going on from there, along with the Bootstrap Farmers system. Look at that. It's already got fog up in there. I might have to open that up a little bit more.
We just put some seeds in today that we're starting some of our winter flowers. I was interested in any of you, any success with certain flowers during the fall to winter season, aside from mums.
Yeah. So we're going to end it off from here. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Sorry for the technical delays and everything, but until the next video, let's grow together.